You know, let's keep it 100. Let's keep it real. Let's do this real quick. Let's keep it real with ourselves. Check something real quick. See what the deal is. Let's go with this. Take this off right here. Okay, let's pull this up. So we on YouTube and we also over here on Facebook just as well, pulling up a couple of scriptures. You know what I'm saying? This morning, oh man, I see it's heated in there. It's heated in here. It's hot. Man, these brothers out here playing games. They think it's a joke. They got these sisters carried away with the very foolishness. I'll show y'all something though. So we ain't gonna play no games with you. Make sure my sound's putting up. Make sure my sound is putting up. Mic check, mic check. Oh, this thing running pretty slow this morning. Got a lot of drop frames, it look like. We got bad connection this morning. Let's see what it's gonna do though. Let's see what it's gonna do. It's good? Alright, cool. You said it's good, Tony? A lot of drop frame. Alright, cool. So I'm good. Tony said I'm good. Peace and blessings to the family out there. Alright, so let me turn this down a little bit. Make sure I watch the chat room. Alright, cool. So we right here with it. Alright, so I got the screen up. Peace and blessings to the family out there. We over there on YouTube. Let me run YouTube real quick too, just as well. See if YouTube up and running. Check out my G Consciousness page over there, my YouTube channel. Consciousness is spelled with a K. Yeah, I see it at the bottom. Spell it just like that. Go right over there and subscribe if you can, please. I appreciate it. Make sure y'all share this if y'all can. Let's look and see. Let's look and see. Let's look and see what the deal is. My phone running kind of slow today. For some reason, I don't know why. Where I am in this little city, so it would be running kind of slow. But we're gonna still try to make it do what it do. There's a lot of stuff going on today. So the way I'm feeling, the sword cut two ways. This two-edged sword cut two ways. You can get it from any side. It don't even matter. Because if you moderate, extreme, whatever, that doctrine got to go. It's ruining lives. It's causing people to have hatred towards whites and also Africans. You know what I'm saying? People lying. And it seems to me just because, see, this is what happens. What happens is is that most people have been taken out of their land. It's been oppressed and stripped of things. They want to identify with something. And whatever they identify with, it has to be great. And so what we see is that a lot of the black Hebrew Israelites are doing the very same thing. And they don't have to do that, especially if you identify yourself in Christ. And for some reason, they feel that they are the only ones, the black Hebrew Israelites, that have been taken into slavery and didn't experience anything. They don't look at Africa and they say, well, the Africans sold you into, they sold us into slavery. And that is true. But the Africans did not sell what they will say all of Israel into slavery. Because number one is, when you look at certain of those West Coast tribes, a lot of those tribes were African descent, and we can prove it. And so they're actually rejecting their heritage of where they come from, right? Which is fine if you're doing it for Christ, but if you're doing it and you trying to identify with something that you are unsure of, that you have no evidence, and the only thing that you point back to is Deuteronomy 28, besides when we talk about the Igbos, and we know that the Igbos are converts. We know that they are. We don't see a Bible in West Africa to 1500 AD. Where was the Torah at? And then also we see that there's other groups there that are Igbos. There's only a certain percentage of those Igbos that are Christians, are Jews, so to speak. So it's just all weird to me. You skip 1500 years of history, right? Starting from the first century, you skip all of that history and act like we don't know what took place between those people that was saying that they was Christians, that was moving about during the Byzantine period, what the Jews experienced, and other events just as well too. The Mohammedans in 600 AD, around that time. Then we also have this thing is going real slow. Let me get back to this page right here. I don't know why it's doing so slow. I'm gonna go over here. Let's see. It's going pretty slow today. Bad internet. Bad internet speed. See if we could pull up like that. Alright, cool. Alright, so let's see if we can. What up, Brian? I'm getting bad signal over here, so if I get this bad signal, alright, cool. Alright, so yeah, I don't know why my stuff pulling up pretty slow, and because I'm running a hotspot, I can't really do too much on here. But hopefully, if you guys see it going bad, man, just hit me up. I'm looking at the chat room right now. So, alright, peace, Brian. Yeah, so what's going on, Jay the producer? Tony, what's going on, brother? So they skip all of this history, right? All of this history they skip. You know, we got the fall of the Roman Empire, and for some reason they think the Roman Empire was just like all Italians or something like that. And that's just not the case. It was an amalgamation of people, and you had also legions of the Roman Empire. Remember, an empire are built among amalgamation of people that are subject to the emperor, so to speak, at that time. And so what we see is we see that the Middle Eastern, or the eastern portion of the Roman Empire, consists of a lot of Semitic people. A lot of Semitic people. And so when we look at the Roman Empire, we can kind of see that where the West fell to the east, coming up out of when we start springing into the Byzantine Empire around 300 to 400 AD. During that time, right, the West fell to the east. So when we see that the West falls to the east, we can kind of see that at the time of Christ, it was only like 22% of Roman Italians in the first place. The rest of the empire was full of mainly other cultures of people surrounding the areas of, when you start looking at the top area of North Africa, start looking at some of West Europe, and then getting into the Middle East, and then pushing towards a little Near East a little bit in that area. Let's not talk about the Grecian Empire, but so even with the Grecian Empire was not full of Greeks. You know, you had Macedonia, but the area that you really had was Turkey, Syria, Egypt, and we can see the areas that Turkey, Syria, Egypt, and in Greece, and so we can kind of see the areas that they ruled in, that they controlled, until we push into, we start even going before then, the Medes and Persians Empire, to where the distance and area that they ruled, Babylon, the distance and area, Neo-Babylon, that they ruled. So we can kind of see those very things, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of these guys, they don't want to, let's see, I'm dropping frames big time. If I'm putting out bad, let me know if I'm putting out bad. Somebody inbox me or something like that, because I keep dropping frames over here. I got bad internet connection, so I'm dropping frames. So if I am dropping these frames, somebody needs to call me and let me know what's it's doing. And because I'm definitely dropping big time. I'm dropping a lot of frames. Let me see something real quick. Let me see. I think what I'm gonna have to do is I might have to stop streaming one of them and just stream. Hey Tony, you still there? That's the only thing about it. It has a lag. But anyways, check Facebook. Maybe check YouTube and see if it's lagging too. I'm checking to see if I'm lagging over here, because a lot of lag, it seems like. So let's look here. Yeah, I'm dropping in and out. Yeah, it's me dropping in and out. Can y'all hear me now? Maraji, can you hear me? I'm gonna have to drop one of these, because somehow, let's see, can we do it like this? I'm gonna end this stream and check. I might have to restart this, because I'm dropping bad frames. Frames. Let's see.